bring everybody, I guess, up to speed, that are not familiar with the way the board has been set up, is that we have committees, and each board member volunteers to serve on those various committees. And so since we've had new members to be elected to the board, then this committee structure will change. So that's what our discussion will be about this evening. And I think there was some confusion. And there was some confusion if there were, I think, 3 allotted slots for each committee. And I think what happened was there was 3, but there were alternates, as we saw. And I
Yeah,
think
in
that,
some cases, but I think I also prematurely removed one of our former board members and it did not list it as vacant.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it was, but ultimately, any board member can attend any committee meeting. Traditionally, we work here. And then, like Mrs. Sullivan was a great example. She came to a number of committee meetings, but she would sit essentially in the audience. And I know that there was a little bit of a delay perhaps in assigning committees, because when we just had our retreat, there had been some discussion as like whether or not the board moving forward wanted to do committees as a whole, which would be like one board meeting and then a committee meeting. But I think we essentially decided at the retreat that what we have up and running is working for us now. And I can speak for myself as well as hopefully the admin that have been included in the committees up until 2017. Well, with the exception maybe academic, building admins were not included in these committees. So I'm very appreciative that they can take time, it's out of their very busy schedules to provide some insights, especially like, let's say, in the areas of policy, academics, obviously. You're more than welcome to come to budget and
Amen.
facilities, but so at any rate, that's my, so I should have probably just put vacant. Because I believe you asked me, like, are we supposed to have 3 or 4? I said, well, no, we only have 3. But then when I realized I did, so my apologies.
So it is 4.
It can be 4, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be depending on, well, some of the other ones are not, like, the ones outside of the district. I think we have.
Oh, yeah,
them.
right.
So, I mean, like an intermediate unit might be only asking for 2. So,
Yeah, I think the reason I think they structured it this way, as I mentioned, in the communication with everyone, is that there are 9 of us, and there are so many different, opportunities to serve. And so I think in the past, there was not as much engagement, board members in committee membership and being present, if you will, for those things. So I think it's a good thing that folks want to participate. We just wanted to make sure that we don't overtax everyone, spread everybody a little too thin when it comes to membership on this, because it's a time commitment. So, and I know everybody has families along with this volunteer service that we do for the district. So that's kind of what's taking that into consideration as well. So I think, so there's no need to vote on anything like that.
no, I would think if anybody. Part, if there's.
Well, I assume the president appoints members committees, correct?
Not really.
That's
No,
general-
that was not,
No?
yeah.
You volunteer what you're interested in.
Right, yeah, that's when I came here, when I joined the board, that was kind of like the understanding that.
Yeah,
you
that's
were
generally the
interested.
prerogative
Yeah.
of the chairman.
Mhm.
You're more than welcome to join budget of your own free will.
Oh, I love to
Boy.
squeeze money.
Good at budget. I mean.
I love to
you
squeeze
did it-
money.
You did it for
Yeah.
borough,
Yeah.
And so, and that's why I stated as well too, that you can attend any of the meetings. There are no closed meetings, and especially the public as well. Like we always say, you're invited to these meetings as well, because we want, the more engagement, the more participation, the better. Because we get a variety of different ideas and thoughts. And so we want to bring,
I'd be glad to serve on the budget, and I'm not a big facilities guy, but that is where my skills are. Find out it's about-
So this meeting next Tuesday at
Yeah, yeah.
5:30 in this room, Lloyd.
I find that as exciting as watching grass grow.
Well, then we can hire someone to cut the grass and
Cut
you
the
can watch
grass.
it grow again.
Yeah.
Well,
Elizabeth,
thank you
did you
very
get
much,
that?
Mr. Hamburger, because budget is not one of my skills.
Budget
so-
and facility.
You want to do discipline, right?
Yeah, so that gets me off my budget, off budget too.
Yeah.
So, and I did ask for anyone who wanted to remove themselves from a committee. Yeah, those people who volunteer for like LIU and the Franklin County, Tech, I'm not saying that correctly. the Career Tech.
Career Tech.
Those are kind of like, I think you have like a time limit, or not a time limit, but you have time terms. There you go. Thank you. Terms as well. So those people are pretty stagnant for the moment.
Are we keeping the committee?
Yes, for the most, yes. Mhm.
Has there been any discussion to record the committee meeting? I know a couple of them are during the day.
I don't, yeah, I don't know, that's a good, that's one of those
That's a
PSBA.
PSBA
That's a
question we should
PSBA
have asked.
question.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
But-
public meetings.
But they're public meetings.
Well, except for
and so-
discipline committee meeting.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
hearings
personnel
there,
is,
yeah, you know,
And personnel.
So I don't
personnel.
see.
And that would be a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Right.
Or
Okay.
I'll definitely research that. No one has ever asked that question, so
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Any other comments, questions about this? So okay. All right, everybody will get, if you would like to be included on a particular committee, just get those names to Ms. Hennicle. And then once that is completed, we'll give everyone like the master list. Okay, very good. All right, that was easy. Okay, let's move to